Hey everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a video. Guys, today's card, I shared this technique over at Simply Simple Stamping yesterday, and today I wanted to share how I created the card. It's kind of a floating image card. I don't know if you can kind of see it there, but the image just kind of hangs in midair magically. It's very easy to do, but it sure does make a fun card. And what's not to love about sending something just a little different? So let's get started with our card today. Okay, let's get going with our card. So I'm going to be using a piece of soft suede cardstock. This is cut 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer. We need to do just a little bit of cutting. Very simple cutting. I am cutting 1 1/2 inches, and then I'm going to repeat that. We're going to cut another 1 1/2 inch. So we've got a piece now like this. I want to set one of these aside. We're going to use that later, and we're going to do some embossing on these too. So I have the Sweetheart embossing folder, and I am simply going to place this cardstock in the top. Yes, that little bit of heart's going to show. That's not a problem. And you know, while I'm at it, I might as well just stick this one way down in here. Let's go run that through the Big Shot machine. And you can see that's what we have. All right, I'm gonna set this off to the side. For our stamping, I'm going to use the Merry Cafe stamp set. I love this one because we have a lot of really great holiday sentiments, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Halloween, or fall. We're gonna go fall today. I love the Hello Fall. It's pumpkin spice latte season. So this card is dedicated to my daughter, who is a pumpkin spice nut. And I'm gonna bring in that Hello Fall and a soft suede ink pad. I'm just going to stamp that up here at the top of my cardstock. I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 3 by 2 1/4, and still there in that soft suede ink, I'm going to stamp our to-go cup. And now in Old Olive, I'm going to stamp the lid here. I've got a piece of Old Olive cardstock. This is, about 1 inch by 2 1/2 inches. And because I want to go ahead and get all of my stamping done, I've got that Old Olive. There is a wonderful little leaf stamp in this Merry Cafe, and I'm just going to kind of stamp around the cup. The center is going to be covered, so I'm not too worried about that, but I just want to give myself just a few little leaves there. We are going to be using the matching framelits that go with this Merry Cafe, and there's actually another stamp set called Coffee Cafe that goes with this set, so it's kind of one of those collections. But we have the cup, we have the lid, and for the Hello Fall, there are actually 2 sleeves that come with this cup. I'm going to run it through this one first, so you can see those are all cut out. I can now take this die and just lay my cardstock right in there. We can run that through, and that'll give us that nice texture. Can you see the corrugated look? It's really fabulous. I have some snail on the back of that. We can adhere that here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to add a little bit of snail up here at the top. A little trick to do that is to bring in your silicone mat, and you can see most of that adhesive is sticking right there to the mat. That works perfect for me because I just want this to touch the top of that cup. That way I don't have adhesive everywhere. I love my silicone mat. Now, I did want to have a base for my coffee cup, so I'm going to use the rest of that pumpkin pie cardstock, and I have one of the Lots of Labels framelits. Now, I chose one because I wanted a lot of room there around my image, so that one made me happy. So let's go run this through the Big Shot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and decorate up my image here. I have got one of our foil snowflakes, but what I loved is once I put this on top, it kind of had more of a look of leaves than it did snowflakes. I love that I can get double duty out of these. So let's go ahead and adhere this. And I'm just going to add about 3 strips here of snail down the center of that. I can center up my snowflake. So I'm just looking for the tips, and I'm kind of lining it up there in the die. There we go. Now I can add my focal image. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals for that. There we go. I've got about 5 Stampin' Dimensionals, and we are going to just center up our coffee cup in and on top of that snowflake. I'm going to come back in with my snail, and you can use fast fuse too. I really like to use fast fuse on this project. My snail was handy, but you can see I'm just lining up that last strip. There's my embossed one. I'm going to line up that last strip right here. Basically, I'm lining it up to where I want my focal image. Now, if I wanted my focal image in the center, I would just center up this strip. This is going to be, it's going to add some stability, and it's going to give me a little something more for my focal image to sit on. But we're going to go ahead. I wanted it off to the left-hand side. I kind of like that look. So I've got it set where I want it, and I just need to put enough adhesive. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger there. That's just going to act as a guide for me. Let's add some snail. I'm going to go a little heavy. I want to make sure we're good. And then I can just bring that down, and I can adhere that down. Now I need to add my bottom piece, and you can see that's just going to adhere right on top of that stability piece. So just as I did before, let me flip it around, might make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to line that up. I'm just going to put my finger right there so I can see where to add my adhesive. There we go. And just as we did up there, we're just going to line this up with the bottom of our card, and then give that a press. So that is what we have, all right? Now let's go ahead. We can add our focal image right here. I think for this one, honestly, I think I'm gonna get my snail adhesive here because I wanna make sure I stay within that strip. Now we can add our focal image right there. Center that up. Let's give that a press. Let me open this up so I can give it. That's cute and all, but this inside, it kind of needs some contrast. I have got a piece of our Coffee Break Designer Series paper that I cut because I just thought this pattern would go really well. It's not too terribly busy, and I can still write on it. This is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to add that to the middle of my card. And look, now we have kind of a nice burst, a little, just that contrast that this card really needed. There you have it. Really a very simple card to do. Really, it's those 2 cuts. 1 1/2, 1 1/2, boom, you're done. So you don't even have to overthink it. And let me also say, if you mess up on those cutting measurements, it's okay. As long as we can get this piece together, there really is no right and wrong. That's all I'm trying to say. Very fun and simple card to do. I hope you're going to give this one a try. Now, if you'd like to grab those measurements for all those little pieces and things, not a problem. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Just look for the October 6th, 2017 blog post. I'm going to have everything there for you. I will have some pictures of all the supplies that I use. So if there's something that you need to create today's card, not a problem. You can just click a pic and order what you need. That's going to take you right to the online store. Easy peasy, double cheesy, guys. So be sure to check that out at simplysimplestamping.com. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the video today. I hope you enjoyed the card. I hope you'll give this one a try. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.